Earlier this week, we learned about a Boise-based t-shirt company that was getting one-star reviews for their products because a couple of customers didn't quite get the joke. Banana Inc. is the company. As unique as Idaho is as a state in its shape, the mountains, the forests, the rivers, the potatoes, the lentils, the hops, I guess the gem state isn't quite unique enough for some people and prone to confuse others, at least those buying gem state gifts online. Hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, baby shirts. You can buy a lot of stuff from Banana Inc., the Boise-based shop with a lean toward the local. And some stuff,
for us, it's just funny at this point.
Only locals would understand.
Oh yeah, it is a very popular one.
It's the Iowa shirt, and they've sold it for years.
I mean, we just had the holiday season, and it was definitely one of our best sellers.
I mean, it's Idaho, just not by name.
There's a lot of people that love that design and think it's pretty funny.
Except, apparently, 2 people who just bought one and filed online reviews to prove it. Just all of a sudden, like 2 in the last month.
2 in the last month. I couldn't believe the coincidence of 2 people leaving a 1-star review.
That Iowa baby onesie, they said, says Iowa, but that's the state of Idaho. And that Iowa crew sweatshirt, wrong state, exclamation point. And then went on to further explain, the shape of the state is Idaho, not Iowa. They were upset.
They were very surprised or shocked at that we would be putting Iowa on the state shape of Idaho. So it's a little inside joke for all our locals.
If you're an Idahoan, you know.
It's true. If you know, you know. Hashtag.
And many do know, according to the comments. Escobar has an aunt who asks all the time, how's life in Iowa? It cracks me up every time because we always tell her, Idaho, we live in Idaho. Gwendolyn once had an artist flying in from New York City for a lecture. She wasn't at the Boise airport when we went to get her. Apparently, she was in Des Moines and angry about nobody coming to pick her up. Megan, born and raised in Idaho, now living in West Virginia. So many people here think it's next to Illinois. LOL, laughy face emoji. Eric, also born and raised in Idaho, and went to a Denny's in D.C. When they told the waitress they were from Idaho, she responded, I hear Iowa's a great place. Really flat, though. Real Idahoans get it, Eric says. And they have, for some time. And this design, this shirt that you have, has been around for a while.
It has. So it was actually designed by Jan Bowles in the 1970s. So it must have been an inside joke even then.
At this point, though, you're probably thinking there's at least 2 people out there walking around with an Idaho-shaped shirt with Iowa on it and have no idea why or what it means.
Exactly. I wonder how many haven't even realized it yet, potentially.
Lana can sort of understand the confusion.
He starts with an I, there's an O in there, I don't know, an A. What can you do?
I don't know. Maybe look at the product description?
A warning, a disclaimer before you purchase. You actually have to re-click a button to make sure you know what the state shape is. You know, it's already on there, plain as day, that this is a joke. So, I don't know really what to do at this point. But I think, any sort of publicity is good publicity. So if it continues to get 1-star ratings, maybe that's a good thing.
Because again, if you're from Idaho, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So, and a lot of people do, luckily, and love it.
Okay, yes, if you were with us on Tuesday, you may be thinking, we've already seen that story. Well, today we're starting a segment called the 208 Callback. It's just another way to continue the 208 conversation. Because we got so many text messages after that story aired, we couldn't share them all. But we wanted to share a few now. Like Diane in Meridian, who told us, we were once traveling and asked where we were from. We said, Idaho. Oh, Ohio. No, Idaho. Oh, Iowa. We gave up. Laura said her husband, while in the Navy, was asked, Idaho, isn't that in the I-Belt, Illinois, Indiana, Idaho? Try living on Iowa Street in Idaho, says Tammy Sue. That's a good point. And Sally said her family moved from Virginia in 1976. My friends were telling me I would be only a few hours drive from Chicago. I guess some things never change. Then we got this one from another Laura regarding the Idaho-Iowa inside joke. She asks, any idea if Iowans have the inside joke in reverse? Well, Laura, only one way to find out.
Hello.
Hi, Allison. Hello from Idaho.
Hello from Des Moines.
Where do you work exactly? What's the name of the place?
It's called Ray Gun. We also call ourselves the greatest store in the universe.
In Des Moines, Idaho.
Yep, in Des Moines, Idaho.
So, is this a thing in Iowa? Do people confuse Iowa for Idaho?
In Iowa, Not so much, obviously, but I have experienced that people like confuse Idaho and Iowa and Ohio before. Like I went to a national convention once and I said, "Oh, I'm from Iowa," and some kid said, "Oh, that's where the potatoes are, right?" I said, "No, it's where the corn is."
That leads to good reason why you guys sell shirts that kind of, I don't know, make fun of this confusion.
Yeah, so this one says Idaho, Ohio. It says America's famous potato corn tire state. Like it connects us into like one big state. Boisalito, and that's where the pigs are. Cleve Moines, that's where the tires are. Akron Port, Rocky Mountain skiing. Yeah, this one that just says Ohio. Greetings from Ohio, the great potato state.
And it's a shape of Iowa.
And then it's the shape of Iowa, and then it has Des Moines, not in the correct spot. Boise, Cincinnati, Columbus, Davenport, and Nampa.
Nampa, that's awesome. Nampa getting some pub. We like to see that.
And so this one is a map of the Midwest, but it's a map made by people that aren't from the Midwest. And so in Iowa, it says Ohio, and then it says Idaho City. In Ohio, it says Idaho, it says Des Moines. This one is one of our top shirts because people just think that's so funny. It's just all three of the states just all jumbled together in people's minds. Too many vowels, I guess.
That's what it is. Too many vowels. Yeah, too many vowels. Sure, that's what it is. So yeah, I guess it does happen in Iowa as well. And I guess I'm going to have to add to my t-shirt collection. Idaho, Ohio. Gotta get that one. Adding to the confusion, those Iowa t-shirts, they come in Idaho Vandal colors.